So every week at Expo 2020 Dubai has been used to try and solve at least one global problem. And for the home stretch of that event, the focus will be on water issues. Ironic, given that it's World Water Day today, the globe marking this day, and the Expo hoping to shine a spotlight on how this resource can be used in an equitable and sustainable way. Now, South Africa is among several developing nations looking to innovation to solve its own water crises. My co-anchor Ayanda Nyathi is in Dubai tracking the story, and he joins us now live. And I remember the last time we had this kind of conversation, me at home, you in Dubai, you brought us that incredible water feature that was featured at Expo 2020 Dubai. What do you have for us this morning?
Yeah, it certainly makes you, I guess, reflect on just how wildly this resource can be used, from that feature you spoke about to more troubling developments like what you and I spoke about when there were floodings taking place in places like Mamelodi and KZN. But today we're hoping to shine a spotlight on ways through which this particular resource can be used innovatively, sustainably. In fact, one of the burning questions that are asked by several activists is the fact that water is life necessarily meaning that it can't be priced? Those are the more profound questions being asked. But to help us distill this issue a bit better, let's bring in our guest. Her name is Antonia Nalunga. She is the Chief Franchise Development Officer at a company called Jibu Incorporated. They have presence in about 7 countries and look essentially to use innovation to try to solve some of the water issues facing much of the world. It's lovely to have you on Newzroom Afrika. Thanks for catching up with us here in Dubai. So let's begin by you helping us place your presence as a company. 7 countries, I understand, also a presence in Uganda. What are the unique challenges you're facing there?
So, first of all, Jibu was founded in 2012, and we have over 150 franchise locations in the 7 countries you've mentioned. It was founded by Galen and Randy Welsh. They are American. And Jibu means solution. It's a Swahili word for solution. So you ask the question, what are the challenges? The challenges that we answer to unemployment rates, access to safe drinking water, and so those are challenges, but we also have an opportunity. For example, Uganda was named one of the most entrepreneurial countries in the world, so there is this latent entrepreneurial potential. So what we do is leverage that latent potential and empower those entrepreneurs to thrive through providing them with access to assets like the water treatment system, working capital, and equipping them with the skills that they need to provide packaged safe drinking water to their communities. And to the challenges, Ugandans, the statistics say that for each 1 out of 3 Ugandans engages in a business, yeah? But sadly, 70% of these businesses don't live to their 5th birthday,
right.
Yeah? And why do businesses fail? Access to skills. Academic skills don't really translate into, sometimes they translate into business skills, access to capital, 24% per annum interest rates. That's impossible to turn that around in a business. And then access to resources, managing supply chain, branding. How do we now compete with global brands? How do you differentiate your brand?
Right.
So
let me come in there. I mean, often when we speak about awareness around water issues, few people connect how water security can be directly linked to things like security of tenure, to things like employment. And I guess that's part of the work that you guys are also doing, to try to help people connect those crucial dots, especially on a day like this.
Yes. So that is how that's the power behind our business model. So we deploy a social franchise business model where we are able to recruit these entrepreneurs, train them, and then have them produce and sell water in their community. Of course, they need to employ people to do that.
Yeah. And
so provide meaningful employment. And the thing about franchising is people don't need to come in with the skills. The power is you buy into a turnkey solution. You buy into skills. You bring your team, we train them, and then they go to the community and do the work of producing safe drinking water and selling it within their community.
Like I mentioned at the start of my discussion with my colleagues back in Johannesburg, there's already questions around the ethics, for instance, of pricing water, and especially when you consider just how necessary a resource it is. Help us, I guess, kind of place what we should be thinking about for those of us who are not in the space that you're in, trying to also, I guess, mold our own opinions around this issue.
So I'm looking at the theme of World Water Day 2022, which is groundwater making the invisible visible.
Yeah.
So this water is there, but the issues around SDG 6 about its availability and sustainability management, things like pollution, which make processing of the water for use expensive. So water is free, but it's not cheap. There are resources that we need to invest to process it because of the actions, things that we've done in the past that we continue to do that pollute this water. Things like one-way plastic, herbicides, and all those other things, which I guess World Water Day is about, to bring this awareness and translate it into action. So each and every one of us, how do we participate in managing this scarce resource in a sustainable manner?
And it's on that note that we'll have to leave it. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Really do appreciate it. Antonia Nalunga is the Chief Franchise Development Officer with a company called as Jibu Incorporated, a presence in 7 countries as mentioned. And what a timely time to be speaking to them as the globe grapples with this ancient resource, hopefully trying to find new ways of making it last way longer than it currently does.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're hoping here back home for the Water and Sanitation Minister, Senzo Mchunu, to also give some clarity on South Africa's plans. Ayanda Nyathi left us there from Expo 2020 Dubai. Thanks very much indeed.